and welcome back everyone to our 10-day challenge. We're on day 6 and I don't know about you, but I feel quite worked out after the HIIT session from yesterday. So today we're going to take it a little bit slower. We got a slow grounding flow. As per usual, listen to your body. You know your body best. Don't work into any pain. You can always come back to downward facing dog or child's pose whenever you need. And vinyasas are purely optional throughout, so just modify as you need it, and most of all, have fun. So let's get started right away. We're gonna start today's flow in a seated position, so find a nice comfortable seat on your mat. Maybe you want to cross your legs, maybe you want to come into a half lotus or a full lotus pose, so whatever suits your body best. And then just take a moment to arrive on your mat, hands or wherever it's comfortable. So maybe on your knees, maybe palms facing up, maybe one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Maybe you want to close the eyes or bring the gaze to the tip of your nose. And then just notice your sitting bones pressing into the ground, grounding down as you grow tall through the crown of your head. Deepening your inhalations and exhalations, drawing your awareness within. Maybe you want to set an intention for today's class. Maybe you want to dedicate it to someone you love, someone who needs a little bit extra energy today. Bring your hands to your heart center. Now let's all together take a deep, full inhale all the way through the top. Arms sweep high towards the sky. Palms come to touch. And then we open our mouth and exhale, hands to your heart. Once again, deep, full inhale. Arms sweep all the way up. Palms come to touch. We open our mouth and exhale, sigh it out. One more time, deep, full inhale, all the way to the top. Palms come to touch. We hold it for 3, hold it for 2, hold it for 1. Open the mouth and exhale, hands to your heart. Slowly blink your eyes open if they were closed. Okay, now bring your right hand to your right side, pressing into your hand on the mat, bending into your right elbow. As you inhale, left arm reaches up and across, really opening through the left shoulder, getting a nice stretch through the left side of our body. Maybe your gaze comes up towards the ceiling. Hold it for another breath. And bring your left hand to your right knee, your right arm behind you on the ground, and we find a twist. Every inhale lets us grow taller through the crown of the head, and with every exhale we twist a little bit deeper. Next, inhale, your right arm reaches back, and as you exhale, draw a big circle with your right arm all the way around until it meets your left knee. Beautiful. Squaring off the shoulders, we're going to move through a cat-cow variation here. So inhale, breathe your heart open, lengthen the spine, gaze comes up, and an exhale, rounding through the spine, tucking the pelvis. Inhale, open the heart, gaze comes up, tilt the pelvis, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, we round through the spine, tuck the pelvis, separate the shoulder blades, and once again, inhale, open the heart, gaze comes up, and then exhale, as if we're moving through a cat position, we're rounding the spine. Take an inhale, and as you inhale, wrap your arms around each other, so eagling the arms, opening the heart, lifting the elbows, gaze up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, unravel the arms, release it. Give yourself a nice shake here, maybe rolling the shoulders forwards and backwards. Okay, moving on to the left side. So bring your left hand down to the ground, really bending into that left elbow. And as you inhale, right arm reaches up and across, getting a nice stretch through the right side body, opening through the right shoulder. Maybe bring your gaze up towards the ceiling if that feels comfortable to you. And then bring your right hand to your left knee, left arm to the ground behind you, and find your twist. Every inhale, we grow a little bit taller, and with every exhale, we twist a little bit deeper. Next inhale, reach your left arm behind you, and as you exhale, as if you're drawing a big circle with your left arm, bring it all the way forward to meet your right knee. Squaring off the shoulders, moving through a cats and cow variation again. So inhale, open the heart, gaze comes up, and exhale, round through the spine. Tuck the pelvis. Inhale, gaze comes up. Lengthen the spine. And exhale, rounding through the spine. One more time. Inhale, we lengthen. And exhale, we round. Next, inhale, opening the heart, wrapping the arms around each other, so eagling the arms, pressing the elbows up towards the sky, gaze comes up, and exhale, unravel the arms, give yourself a nice little shake here, maybe once again, rolling the shoulders, back, and forth, releasing any tension, just shake it out. And then we roll over our knees, find a nice tabletop position. So take a moment for the alignment in your tabletop. So we want our shoulders above our wrists, our hips above our knees. We want our toes tucked for this one, and really engage the core. So pressing the ground away, rotating your hands outwards to get that external rotation in the shoulders. And then on our next inhale, we hover our knees off the ground, 1 or 2 inches. Hold it here for 3. Hold it for 2. Core is engaged for 1. And exhale. Send the hips back. Find your downward facing dog. This is your first down dog of the day. Take a moment here to get comfortable. Maybe you want to paddle out the feet. Maybe you want to sway the hips, shake the head. Whatever movement feels good to you. Right here, right now. When you're ready, find some stillness in your dog. And then take an inhale as you come high onto the balls of your feet. Slight bend in the knees, we gaze between our hands, and we tiptoe our way, all the way to the top of our mat. Find a nice ragdoll here. So feet are hip width distance apart, weight into the balls of our feet. Maybe you want to grab opposite elbows. Maybe you want to bring your hands behind your knees, behind your back, whatever feels good to you. Releasing any tension in the lower back. Head and shoulders relax. Maybe you want to sway from side to side. Bend into one knee, bend into the other. And bring your fingertips to the ground, chin to chest, slight bend in the knees. We roll ourselves all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head and neck are the last thing to come up. As they do, we roll our shoulders up, back and down. Beautiful. Bring your hands to your heart center. Feet can be either hip width distance apart or heel to them to touch. And then take an inhale here as you sweep your arms high towards the sky. Palms come to touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Palms to touch. And exhale, hands to your heart center. One more time. Deep, full inhale all the way to the top. Palms come to touch. And exhale, hands to your heart, sigh it out. Beautiful yogis. Slowly blink your eyes open if they were closed. We're gonna start with some sun salutations to warm up, and then we have a short flow. And then we're gonna focus on some stretches at the end. So, giving us a little bit of rest today. Okay guys, let's get started. Take another inhale here, hands sweep high towards the sky. Palms come to touch. Exhale, hinging from the hips, we fold forward. Inhale to a long spine, gaze comes up. And on exhale, we plant the hands, step it back, find our plank. We lower our knees, chest and chin, untuck our toes, and grip ourselves forward. Find cobra. Elbows draw towards each other, glutes are engaged, pressing into the tops of our feet. And then sending the hips back, tucking the toes. Find downward facing dog. Take a moment for your alignment in down dog. So, hands are at least shoulder distance apart, fingers spread widely. External rotation in the shoulders, so rotate your hands slightly outwards. Feet are hip width distance apart, heels pressing towards the ground. If you need to keep a bend in the knees, that's perfectly fine. Hug your belly and your ribs in, and send your hips towards the sky. Beautiful. Take an inhale here as you come high onto the balls of your feet. Bend the knees, gaze between your hands. We step to the top of the mat. Inhale to a long spine, gaze comes up, and exhale we fold. Inhale, pressing down into our feet to rise up, hands towards the sky. And exhale, folding forward, hinging from the hips. Inhale, long spine, gaze comes up, halfway lift. And on exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high to low, your vinyasa, either knees, just chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, we lengthen, and exhale, we find our downward facing dog. Always remember, you can always come back right to downward facing dog, skip any vinyasas throughout the practice. This is your practice, your body. Okay, take an inhale here, come high into the balls of your feet, bend the knees, step to the top of your mat, inhale to a long spine, gaze comes up, and exhale, we fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips, find Utkatasana, your chair pose. Really wrap your inner thighs towards each other, belly and ribs hug in, arms reach towards the sky, glutes are engaged. Exhale, we fold forward, inhale to a halfway lift, gaze comes up, and on exhale, we plant the hands, step or float back, your vinyasa, high to low. Inhale to lengthen, up dog or cobra, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful, guys. Inhale, right leg high towards the sky. Exhale, step your right foot forward, pressing down into our feet. To float up, we find a high lunge. As we exhale, we open up the hips, find warrior two. Inhale to flip the front palm and reverse our warrior. And as we exhale, we straighten our right leg, bend into the left leg, find Skandasana to the back of our mat. If you can't come all the way down, that's perfectly fine. Use your hands as much as you need. Take an inhale and come forward. Find a runner's lunge. Step it back to plank and your vinyasa. Inhale to lengthen. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Okay. Moving on to the left side. So inhale, left leg high towards the sky. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands, pressing down into our feet. To float up, find our high lunge. Exhale, warrior two, open up through the hips. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. And on exhale, straighten the left leg, bend into the right leg, find Skandasana. Find your balance. Take an inhale, come all the way forward, find a runner's lunge, and step it back, high to low, purely optional vinyasa. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come high onto the balls of your feet, bend the knees, look between your hands, step or float all the way forward. Inhale to a long spine, gaze comes up, and exhale, we fold. We bend the knees, sink the hips, find Utkatasana, really engaging in the thighs, engaging the glutes. Exhale, we fold. Inhale to a long spine, gaze comes up, and on exhale, we plant the hands, step it back, high to low, your vinyasa. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, downward facing dog. Whew. Take a moment in your down dog to get comfortable again. Let the energy settle. Reconnect to your breath. You can always come into child's pose if that feels better to you. Gonna stay here for 5 breaths. Take a moment. Reconnect to your breath. Reconnect to your intention. If you're not in down dog already, slowly start making your way back. Get comfortable in your downward facing dog. And when you're ready, on your next inhale, right leg sweeps high towards the sky. Exhale, bring your right knee to your nose, find tighter pose. Flex your right foot, step it between your hands. Left foot follows, meet the right foot at the top of the mat. We inhale to a long spine, gaze comes up, and exhale, we fold. We bend the knees, sink the hips, find Utkatasana. This time, can you shift the weight into your right foot and bring your left foot towards your chest. See if you can straighten that right leg and stand up with the left knee in your chest. Gonna come towards tree pose now, so squaring off, or finding your balance, squaring off through the hips, and then you either get the option to bring your left foot to your ankle, to your shin, to your thigh, whatever feels good to you. When you found your balance, maybe you want to bring your hands to your heart, maybe you want to bring your hands towards the sky. Take in another inhale here, and an exhale. Bring your arms down, bring your knee into your chest once more, and then as if we're moving through Warrior 3, can you send the arms back, shift the weight forward, straightening out that left leg, and step it back, opening up to Warrior 2. Beautiful. Okay, we inhale to flip our front palm, reverse a warrior, and as we did in our sun salutations, we straighten that right knee as we exhale, bend into the left knee, find Skandasana. So wherever you are, it's perfectly fine if your left heel is lifted. If you're up here, that's perfectly fine. Take an inhale here, toes point towards the ceiling, knee points towards the ceiling, and then we take an inhale, coming forward into a runner's lunge, stepping the right foot back, high to low, purely optional vinyasa. Inhale, we lengthen, and exhale, downward facing dog. Good job, everyone. Gonna move right on to the left side. So inhale, left leg sweeps high towards the sky. Exhale, left knee to nose. Hold your tighter pose. Flex the left foot. Step it between your hands. Slightly shift the weight forward. Right foot steps forward. Inhale to long spine. Gaze comes up, find your halfway lift, and exhale, we fold. Inhale, we bend the knees, sink the hips, find Utkatasana, find that chair, really engaging through the inner thighs, wrapping them towards each other, hugging belly and ribs in, glutes are engaged, arms reach towards the sky. Now shifting the weight into our left foot. Can you lift your right knee into your chest as you straighten that left leg and come all the way up. Bring your hands wherever feels good to you. And then we're moving towards our tree pose once again. So, option to bring your right foot to your left ankle, to your left shin, or to your left thigh. Whatever version you took on the other side. Squaring off through the hips, finding your balance. Bringing your hands to your heart. Once you're settled in, maybe you want to open up your hands towards the sky. Staying for one more breath. And then bringing your right knee into center. Arms float back, and as if we're moving through Warrior 3, shift our weight forward, straightening the right leg, stepping it back, opening up, and find Warrior 2. Really pressing that left knee outwards to get that opening through the hips. Take an inhale here, flip the front palm, reverse our warrior, and as we exhale, we straighten our left knee, bend into our right knee, find Skandasana. So left toes, left knee, pointing upwards, finding length through the spine. And then as we inhale, we bend into the left knee, come all the way forward, find runner's lunge. Step the left foot back, high to low, hit your vinyasa, or straight back to downward facing dog. Inhale, we lengthen, and exhale. We all meet in down dog. Beautiful, guys. Lower your knees, sink your hips back, find child's pose. Take a moment to reconnect with your breath. Slow things down. And when you're ready, slowly make your way back to your downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling out the feet once more, shaking the hips, shaking the head. Take an inhale, come high onto the balls of your feet, bend the knees, gaze between your hands, and then step or float through to seated. Lower yourself all the way down, vertebrae by vertebrae, hugging your knees into your chest, giving yourself a nice squeeze. And using your core, rock yourself slightly forward. That feels good to you. And back. And then find your boat pose, Navasana. Really lengthening through the spine. If this is too much for you, you can always bring your hands to your back for extra support. And when you found your boat pose, I'm gonna lower it down, engaging our core, wrapping everything into that midline. Find a low boat, so feet are hovering, shoulders are hovering, and then we come back into our boat pose. Let's do this again, lowering everything down, hugging everything into that midline, engaging the core, and then bringing it back up. Let's do this again, low boat. As you exhale and inhale, find your boat. 2 more times. We lower it down, hugging everything in, bring it back up, find your boat pose. Exhale, lowering down, hugging everything into that midline, bringing it back up, and then lowering it down once again, releasing everything to the ground. Beautiful. Hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a nice squeeze. Then bringing your feet about hand distance from your body, so your fingertips should reach your heels. Feet are hip width distance apart, toes slightly pointing inwards rather than outwards. We're going to come into bridge pose. If full wheel is in your practice, you can of course come into wheel. So we're engaging our glutes, engaging our core, and then slowly start lifting our hips off the ground, lifting through the heels, engaging the inner thighs so your knees don't splay out. Maybe you're going to shimmy your arms underneath your body, interlacing your fingers. If full wheel is in your practice, you can bring your hands to either side of your head. And on an inhale, lift up into a wheel. Just make sure you're engaging your glutes, engaging your inner thighs to protect your lower back. And wherever you are, if you're in your full wheel, bring your chin to your chest and slowly release yourself down. If you're in bridge, release your arms and then slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, lower your hips down to the ground. Beautiful. Bring your feet mat width distance apart and start windshield wiping your knees from side to side. Releasing any tension in the lower back. And bringing your feet in once more. I'm gonna do one more round. Feet are hip width distance apart. We slowly lift our hips off the mat. Maybe bringing your hands behind your body, interlacing the fingers once again. Really wrapping those inner thighs towards each other, engaging the glutes. And once again, if you want to come into full wheel, bring your hands to either side of your mat. Take an inhale. Maybe you want to come onto the crown of your head first, and slowly lift yourself up, engaging the glutes, engaging the inner thighs. And slowly bring your chin towards your chest, lower yourself down. If you're in bridge, release your hands and lower yourself down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring your feet mat width distance apart once more and start windshield wiping your knees from side to side. Beautiful. Releasing any tension in the lower back. And bringing your feet in once again, about hand distance from your body. Bring your right ankle to your left knee, flexing through the right foot, pressing the right knee away from your body, and lifting your left leg in towards your chest, grabbing that right thigh, left thigh with your hands. Find your reclined pigeon. Really flexing through that right foot. Maybe even pressing the right knee out with your elbow. Maybe you want to lengthen your left leg if that's a better stretch for you. See what feels more comfortable to you. And releasing the left foot down to the ground, keeping the right ankle where it is. We draw our right foot, left knee over to the left, Grounding the right foot down. See if you can press that right hip towards the ground. And maybe you want to gaze over your right shoulder, cactusing through your right arm, getting a nice supine twist here. Slowly bringing it back to center, hugging both knees into your chest, giving yourself a nice squeeze, and bringing the right foot down, left ankle over right knee, pressing that left leg, left knee away from your body as you draw the right knee towards your chest, grabbing the right thigh with your hands, flexing the left foot. Maybe you want to lengthen that right leg, and that feels better to you. Using your left elbow to press the left knee further away. Getting a nice stretch through the outside of our left glutes. And then bringing the right foot down, keeping the left ankle where it is. We draw the left foot and the right knee over to the right, grounding the left foot down, pressing that left hip towards the ground, gazing over the left shoulder, cactusing the left arm. Slowly bringing it back to center, hugging both knees into your chest again, giving yourself one final squeeze. Maybe even lift your nose towards your knees. Taking a deep inhale here, holding it for 3, for 2, engaging every single muscle in your body for 1. Open your mouth and exhale. Release everything down to the ground. Find your final relaxation pose. Find your Shavasana. No longer holding on to your breath. No longer holding on to any tensions in the body. Just releasing everything down. If you have time to stay in Shavasana, please take as much time as you need. Otherwise, if you want to move on with your day, I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope to see you again tomorrow for some back strength and spinal mobility. And yeah, thanks for practicing with me. Always in gratitude for you and this practice. Namaste.